What's going on, Tricology family, and welcome back to another episode of the Tricology News Talk. I hope everybody's enjoying their Memorial Day weekend. I know it was a packed weekend for most of for every of us, whether you're a movie fan, wherever you're an entertainment fan, wherever you just like going out to the beach or just going in travel or the stuff like that. If you listen to my podcast or you listen to my other podcasts on the RTC podcast if you're a fan of sports and everything. But yeah. So for this week's episode, we got a movie review for you guys today, and also we got a ton of news to discuss over. So let's not waste time. Let's get into our first mainstream news, and that is Jonathan Majors was cut from the Loki marketing reports. Let's see what this report had to say. I don't think you or I are very interested in saying what Marvel should or should not do going forward. But we know this is a huge problem for them that they are facing and grappling with right now. What is unprecedented in this for Marvel is, I would argue they have never hung so much of a franchise on one actor, as they tried to hang it on Jonathan Major after his Loki performance and his Aquaman Quantumania performance. Okay, it seems to me they're doing the same situation that Ezra Miller was going through when they was trying to market for the Flash, when Ezra Miller got in a lot of trouble with it. So, man, this is crazy. I keep telling y'all, innocent until proven guilty, and that man Jonathan Major is innocent. But I don't want to go too much forward because we've been talking about in our recent episodes about Jonathan Major, so we're just gonna move forward from that. Fast X lowest opening since 2006's Tokyo Drift, but was strong worldwide. All right, let's hear what the Hollywood Reporter had to say. Universal's Fast X, or aka Fast 10, raced into North America debut of $67.5 million and grossing in the $318.9 million globally. As the course of franchise winds down, that is promising start for the 10th installment, even if the movie is seeing lower returns in the United States. Things are different overseas, where Fast X clearly had a huge $251.4 million in its international debut. Its global opening makes it the number 2 debut of the year, behind the following Universal Super Mario Brothers. So that's not bad. So technically, it's still a win for Universal. So yeah, Universal still wins here. So can't be mad about that. All right, moving on. David Zaslav was booed loudly at the commencement speech. All right, let's see what Deadline has to say. Jeers and chants of "Pay Your Writers" greeted at the Warner Bros. Discovery chief David Zaslav on Sunday as he delivered the Boston University commencement address. Zaslav, who graduated from BU Law School in 1985, never overly acknowledged the WGA strike or any of the vulture which ripped through the outdoor event throughout his 22-minute speech. While the offensive pick line has been set up outside of the venue, some distance away from the stage, a number of students appeared to be joining in a vocal response to Zaslav's appearance. That tells me that those students there could be future filmmakers there for the way they was booing Zaslav there. So, man, it tells me they're gonna be future filmmakers and future writers. So that's what I think. That's why I think of this. But continue on with the story. Towards the end, he appeared to be speaking in parts of his opponents when he offered a closing wish. I hope to see you all, and I mean all of you, he said, pointing at the crowd for evidence along the way. The journey of life, nothing is better. Man, we'll see how this goes, man. But we all know we only depending on one man as far as DC is concerned, and that's James Gunn. So that's all we need to say. A female Fast and the Furious spinoff is in development. Let's see what Variety has to say. At a recent Charlize Theron African Outreach Project block party, Diesel said that a spin-off movie centered on the franchise's women is in the works. Diesel went on to say that once the mainline films have concluded, he can launch all the spin-offs. I started developing a female spin-off in 2017 with other spin-offs. And the sooner that I deliver the finale, and sooner I can launch the spin-offs, and Diesel said. So, I do believe the spin-offs will commence once the finale is concluded. So we already know that an all female Fast and Furious spin-off is in the works. I don't know if they're gonna do Hobbs and Shaw 2 again. Well, I also love to see a spin-off between Roman and Tess with Tyrese and Ludacris. I want to see that. Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities of spinoffs. So we'll have to wait and see how the finale is going to end and how it's going to go through with the spinoffs. Moving on. Natalie Portman is open to a Star Wars return. Let's see what she had to say. I had no information on this. Portman said when a fan floated of an idea of her coming back to the franchise. No one ever asked me to return, but I am open for it. Here's the question. If she does return, does she return as Princess Anime, or does she come back as a new character? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see about that. Moving on. Can the new Color Purple remake make money in the musical wasteland? So we just recently had a new trailer for the new adaptation of The Color Purple, which is now a musical, and which also stars Fantasia, Taraji P. Henson, Haley Bailey, her, and amongst other established cast. But let's look at some numbers here. So let's go back to In the Heights, which I definitely love. That's one of my favorite musicals, along with Hamilton. So critically, it had 94%, and audience score was a 94% as well. But due to the pandemic concern, it only made 45 million worldwide. I mean, it's not their fault because we were still in the pandemic, and that movie came out day-to-day release in theaters and on HBO Max, because you could tell that most people will probably just watch it at home on HBO Max. So it is what it is there, but can't really blame them for that. And now going to West Side Story from Steven Spielberg, critically made 91%, and audience score was 93%. And then worldwide, it made 76 million worldwide. And again, it was still in the midst of the pandemic, and it was in release only in theaters. And I think this movie came out around the holidays, around Christmas time, I believe so. So, yeah, but now that the pandemic is kindly slowing down, and also the Color Purple is coming out on Christmas Day. So let's see how that goes. But I'm still excited for it. But yeah. and then going to the Greatest Showman, which is also my favorite too, and that made four four 400 million worldwide. So can the Color Purple make that kind of money in the worldwide box office? Again, we'll just have to wait and see how that gonna go. The Flash director reviews a major cameo identity. Mmm. Should I? Should I? Nah. I'm just gonna. I don't want to spoil too much for y'all, so y'all just gotta have to wait and see. But continue on with the DC news. Shazam star hinted that Green Lantern was going to be in Shazam 3. Let's read this report. Following Superman and Wonder Woman's cameo in the first two Shazam movies, Levi was asked during an interview with Amy Taylor Weekly to name the DC superhero he wanted his titular character to cross paths with in the third film. This was really a good question. Levi mused, maybe Green Lantern. I would like to see Green Lantern help us fight the horrors of the undead. I think that would be really cool. But too bad we're not gonna get a Shazam 3 as the Flash is gonna wipe out all the DC extended universe going into the DCU. So sorry. Moving on, James Cameron is writing a new Terminator movie. Is the great Arnold Schwarzenegger going to be coming back? I don't know. But let's read this article. AI has always been a major part of the Terminator myth thanks to Skynet and its self-aware super intelligence system that's the series' true antagonist. Previous Terminator film has always kept Skynet in the background, however, focusing instead of the cyber assassins. The system is constantly sending back in time to alter the past. That will change with Terminator 7. Through Cameron says the new movie will be more about the AI. As he told the Smartless podcast in 2022, if I were to do another Terminator film and maybe try and to launch that franchise again, I would make it much more about the AI side of it than bad robots going crazy. Let's see what you got up your sleeve, Mr. Cameron. Moving on. Across the Spider-Verse, we got our first reaction, and it's saying it's the best Spider-Man yet. Let's check out these couple of reactions. So this first one is from Sean O'Kell, and he says, "Okay, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse lives one step above masterpiece. It is an actual work of art. Every frame deserves to be hung in a museum. The jokes and nods to Spidey's lore are perfect. It is outstanding. The best Spider-Man movie. Might be my favorite movie ever. Cherish it." That's pretty good there. Let's check out another one. This coming from Brian Davis, and he said, "Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is yet another resounding win for Lord Miller's production universe. Haley Stanford really comes out on our own as Gwen Stacy, and her scenes with Shea Wisdom's Captain Stacy are truly special. It is dark and sad than I expected, but necessary." So we got some dark scenes, y'all. So get ready to get your tissue out. And this next one comes from Tessa Smith, aka Mama Geek, and she says, "Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse raised the bar with its unique animation style and way of storytelling. Minds were blown when it was released, and fans throughout. There was no way it could be stopped. Think again. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse raised its own bar, which it seems impossible." That sounds pretty good there. There's another one. And then she also continues to say, "There are shots and twists, unexpected surprises, and a story that truly makes sense for the crazy multiverse world that we have all jumped ahead at first to. The new Spider people all are all amazing. Across the Spider Verse never feels its length. Alrighty, and then let's read this last one here. It's coming from Mike Ryan says Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is not surprisingly terrific. It's a big story spread out over this movie and next, but it's still about Miles just wanting to be accepted for who he is. That is a lot of Spider people in the movie. I laughed out like 8 times. So kind of like a mix of review, but it was still good. So I'm definitely excited for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So yeah. Moving on. John Wick 5 is officially on the way. Oh my goodness. Hey, I ain't mad at it. I'm excited for it. But let's read this article, what it had to say. We are now moving across that franchise, not just in the AAA video game space, but looking at where the regular canon of spin-offs, television, and really go that universe. So there is a steady cancer of a franchise that is clear advertised by the audience. Drake said, "What is official that, as you know, Ballerina is the first spin-off that comes out next year. We're in development of on 3 others, including John Wick Chapter 5, and including a television series, The Continental, will be airing soon on Peacock. And as soon as we are building out the world and where that fire the fire movie comes out will be organic and will be originally grown out of how we started to tell those stories, but it really can rely on the regular candidate of John Wick. Hey, I'm loving the John Wick franchise. I can't wait to see the Continental series on Peacock. I can't wait to see the Battle spin-off, and I can't wait to see what ideas they have for John Wick 5. So I'm excited for it. Moving on. Transformers Rise of the Beast for first reactions. Says it's better than expected. Let's redo these couple of reactions. This first coming from Darren Parts, and he said, Transformers Rise of the Beast took everything that worked from Bumblebee and amplified it. Anthony Reyes and Dominique Fishback delivered great performances, and Pete Davidson's Morris stole every scene he had. As a fan of the cartoon and franchise, I really enjoyed this film. That's a good one there. So let's read another one. This coming from German Lewis said, totally dug Transformer Rise of the Beast. It got some issues in the middle, as it started strong and had a fantastic 90s hip hop, makes great use of humans, and the third act is a blast. Plus, I am damn near jumped out of my seat at the end, right up there with the first Transformers and Bumblebee. Okay, that's a good one. And we got the last one here, coming from Autumn. It says, Rise of the Beast review. Action game changer. Optimus return in an ambiguous battle royale filled with amazing set pieces that will grab your gear and deliver full loads entertainment. This isn't just another movie. It is the best Transformer film ever. Fitting setting what's up for next. Okay. I'm loving it. I can't wait to see Rise of the Beast. And then man, going back to the Spider-Man movies, if I had to pick my top 5 Spider-Man movies heading into to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, these are my top 5. And it's not in order, but I get it. So the first one on the mark is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Second one is Spider-Man 2. Third one is going to be Spider-Man No Way Home. Fourth one is going to be the very first Spider-Man for Tobey Maguire. And then the fifth one is going to be the Amazing Spider-Man. So those are my top 5 favorite Spider-Man movies heading into Spider-Verse. So Spider-Verse might jump out of my fit in my top 5, but we'll see how that goes there. But that's all my mainstream news that I have for you guys today. So let's get into our movie review for you guys today. And of course, you already know what it is. It's the newest Disney live adaptation remake of the Little Mermaid. So right out of the gate, let me just say this: it was really great. It was not as perfect as the animated movie, but it was still. Hold up, what's up? My freaking alarm went off. But like I was saying, it was great. Not as perfect as the animated movie, but it was still visually amazing. Just how the way it was. So it's like how do I say this? It's like eating a delicious homemade fresh baked hot delicious pie, but like eating a fruit that you might not be used to eating or you may not like. But but yeah, that's how good it is. So let me give you my pros and cons about this. So first off, Haley Bailey, she was amazing as Ariel. I feel like she done her homework. The playing Ariel, she got some probably got some few pointers from Jodie Benson, who was the original Ariel. So and of course, let me just tell you this: Jodie Benson will always be my Ariel because that's the Ariel I grew up with. Now this Ariel and Harry Berry, this is for the for this new generation. This is for the all the little girls out there that for this generation, and I feel like they're gonna love this area too. So that's why I stand for that. But like I said, I love how Halle Berry did as Ariel. She was amazing. She did her homework, and she embodies everything about Ariel. The way she speaks and the way she talks, she embodies everything about Ariel. And let me tell you this. So when she say the part of your world the first time when she was underwater, she did a little flavor and took a little spin on it. She gave it her little flavor on it. It was okay, but when she say part of the world the second time, and when she met Prince Eric, and then when she was standing on the rock and the waves come through, oh my god, I felt it. That was so massive piece, massive. It was such a masterpiece. It was really amazing to see. So that was really great. I love it. And Prince Eric, he was okay. He was great at times, but not as great as the original Prince Eric from the animated movie. But yeah, he was okay. So I'll give it a passing grade on that. But Javier Benham, sorry I pronounced the name, but him as King Triton, the kings of the seven seas, I feel like he was a miscast. I'm sorry, like I feel like he was a miscast because when I look at King Triton for the animated movie, like he's a fun, loving dad, but when he becomes a very strict parent, that's when he gets serious. In this one, in this adaptation of King Triton, he was just too serious for me. I couldn't take him serious as King Triton. I'm sorry, that felt like a miscast for me. That I'm sorry for that. But Melissa McCarthy, she was great as Ursula. So she was very intimidating, like the very first Ursula, and we also she also put her own comedy spin towards Ursula, which it really worked. So yeah, and then when she sang "Poor Unfortunate Souls," like she was really great at that as well, and also at the climax of the movie at the in the final battle when she grew big in the final battle. Oh my gosh, she was scary to look at. I felt like I was watching a horror movie at the final battle. Oh my goodness, that was great. Um, I have my few um mixed feelings on the final battle scene, but I'm not gonna spoil it too much for y'all. So, but it is what it is. There. So going into to the animal to the sea creatures and animal killers and all the voice actors. So Sebastian, I don't like how Sebastian was designed in this. I felt like the character design is too ugly. I know Disney that they're trying to make the all the fishes and crabs make look resistant as possible, but sometimes it's either a hit or miss, and this one was a hit miss there. And I know some people was complaining about the cartoon emotions that they wanted to see, especially in the live action version of The Lion King. But listen, that was different. The Lion King actually worked without the cartoon face reaction. But for in the Little Mermaid one, it didn't really feel like to me like it didn't work out as far as the character design of not only Sebastian and Flounder, but their voice acting, they did really good. They did a good job. As far as the voice cast of David Diz, Aquafina, and Jacob Tumberlin, and as far as Aquafina is concerned, and most of the times, if you don't really know who really Aquafina is, man, you probably won't even recognize that was a woman voicing as Scuttle. You may not even recognize it at times, but she did a good job as Scuttle. And David Diz and Aquafina was the comedy duo for me, as far as in the movie whenever Sebastian and Scuttle was on screen together. So they was the comedy duo for me. So and we had some new characters in here, and we had some characters that was in the animated movie was not in the live action version, which was okay. I didn't not really too sad about it, but it is what it is. So let's go into this visual effects of the movie. So whenever they go underwater, and I look at the underwater scenes, it looks so familiar to the visual effects and the CGI of the underwater scenes from Aquaman. That's how I look at these underwater scenes. But but other than that, that's one of my cons going into that. But eventually, it's still amazing for what it was. But but yeah, I think the only time when it actually shines is when they go from under the water and they go up to the land, and when they go up to the castle, and then when they go up there, like it was a visually amazing. It was visually great, and I love the music score there. Whatever they go from under the water, from under the sea, that was that was really great, and but above all that, the acting was really great for most for everybody, and like I said, it's not a perfect movie, but it's definitely one of the great live action movies that we recently seen from Disney. And I know there are some live action ones that was terrible. We're not gonna even go get into that, but the Little Mermaid had definitely proved itself to be a great worthy live action remake adaptation. So what I would say, if they're going to do a sequel, and I know they do other sequels to I know we're getting a sequel to the Lion King, which is Mufasa. That's going to be a prequel to the Lion King. I know we get a Aladdin 2. We're getting a Cruella 2. So my thing is, when they do these sequels, we need to explore the characters. We need to explore the atmosphere. We need to explore the cities and other than that, all of that and stuff more. Because when the animated versions did their sequels, they explained more. They gave us more story. They gave us more of the land. So so that's what all the Disney live action remakes need to do if they're gonna move forward. Because you can't just go and make live action remakes just for cash grabs. Like if it turns out really good, like for example, like the Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, the Lion King. Like if those movies turn out really good, if you're gonna make sequels, like explore the world a little bit more. So that's why I asked for Disney if they're gonna if they're gonna continue on to make live action remakes. So, but other than that, the Little Mermaid was really great. I'm gonna give it a I'm gonna give it a C plus. That's why I'll give it this grade. So, like I said, it was great, not perfect, but still great. So, that's my thoughts on the Little Mermaid. And let me know in the comment section below if you saw the movie. Let me know your thoughts about it, and also let me know your thoughts on the all the mainstream news that I talked about today. And don't forget to like the video, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell when new video uploaded on YouTube. And also, if you're listening on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or Apple Podcasts, or any other podcast streaming platform, don't forget to follow me there as well. But other than that, this is Trico, and I'm signing off, y'all. Peace. Have a great Memorial Day weekend.